Ah, fuck. Fuck. Right, this time. I'm like creeping in the dark. Fucking stop. Fuck. I'm gonna wreck it. I like how you would knock the phone, it stops recording. Or breaks the phone. E1. Okay. This would not be recorded. This would not be uploaded. But I am still alive. I've just watched Wreck-It Ralph 2. Sorry, it's very dark. That might be a bit mysterious. So I'm still alive. I'm here with, again, my mate Jake. It probably won't even be uploaded, but just in case. I just really want to talk about Wreck-It Ralph 2. We just saw, Ralph breaks the internet. Oh man, it was so fucking good. I was so happy. I'm not even joking, but I really like the first one. I was pleasantly surprised when I saw the first one. Because I didn't really think much of it. Someone, I think it was you, finally told me to fucking watch it. I finally did, and I was really impressed with it. I really enjoyed it. And then we just watched this. The earliest we could watch it. It's only been out for like a day. We just come and watch it. Oh man, it was so fucking good. I literally had a smile on my face the whole fucking time. And you know, I cried a couple of times. Literally, it's like there was even some bits at the end that made me do my own soul searching kind of thing. But I got to say one thing really quickly, just jumping ahead. Spoilers everywhere, everyone. Spoilers, watch the film. And wait till the fucking end, right? Wait till the very end of the fucking film, because we were the only two left who decided to wait till the very, very end. And oh my fucking God. It's the only thing I'm not going to spoil. Wait till the end and you'll get fucking done. I'm telling you, right? I literally spat my drink out. I've been done 20 odd times by this thing that happens online. That's all I'm going to say. And it happens at the end of the film and you're just like, for fuck's sake, they've got me again. And it's brilliant. They also have a very clever midway credits scene as well. Very well done. I think we could say about that quick. It's the bit with the whole Bunny gets the pancakes thing, because it weren't in the film, and they actually addressed that, because halfway through the credits they turn around and say, like, it's a longer scene, and the mother speaks to her daughter in the car. She goes, "What did you think of the film, honey?" And the kid goes, "It was okay, but it's a bit upsetting." One of them says it's a bit upsetting when there's something in the trailer that ain't in the film. And I'm just like, I see what they're doing here, because this scene was in the trailer. And then obviously it goes into what we've seen in the trailer. That was brilliant. I liked how they did that. But yeah, just oh my fucking God. I mean, there's not too much to go into in terms of this film, just because it's not like it is a kid's film. I mean, in that respect. That being said, I did a freaking hour-long video on Zootopia, so I'm pretty sure I could talk about this for about 4 hours. But obviously, just overall, really, I thought it was a really fucking good film. Like, really good. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a really good way of executing the sequel. You know, I think, like, I really liked the first one, but I was kind of like, well, where are they going to go with that afterwards? I mean, they keep doing the same thing again. It's repetitive, which ironically is part of the plot, which I liked. I was like, ah, is what I thought, you know. But obviously, the internet, that's just open for everything now. You could literally do a billion sequels. I wouldn't want them to. Probably one more, I'd say. Have a nice trilogy, if they can get the story right. Yeah. But if they leave it at 2, I'm happy with that, because I think this is better than the first one. I've really liked it. I'd have to watch the first again, but I mean, what do you think overall?
I think it was wittier than the first one.
Definitely.
The first one had, I mean, this had lots of Easter eggs.
God, you have to go back and watch them all.
Yeah, you'll never get them all.
No.
But, like, the first one had a lot of Easter eggs, and I think that's what, even though the plot was good, and it was, you know, about him finding himself, like that story trope, but
yeah.
It was still a well-executed film.
Oh, God,
whereas this one, I don't know, it steps it up a notch. It really takes the pee out of the internet and its uses.
It's spot on, isn't it?
It's online gaming with characters. It's just spot on. And
I heard a lot of people whispering in the I was about to say theatre, what you could call it that, in the cinema, when they said about the main plot at the beginning, which lucky enough isn't the whole plot of the whole thing, because I was like, not that there's a problem, but they had to get some money, and they were trying to get this car. and it was like worth like 40 real grand, like in real life. It's basically Vanellope's game. Someone breaks the steering wheel, it's discontinued, so they can't replace it. So Vanellope's going to lose her game. The arcade owner's going to get rid of it. So that's why they go into the internet and try and, because there's one replacement steering wheel on eBay, but it's like 200 quid originally, and the arcade guy's like, oh, I can't afford that, it's not worth it, I wouldn't make that much in a year for that game, so it's not worth it. So they take it upon themselves to try and earn some money online to pay for it, but they very quickly upbid to like fucking $27 and $1, weren't it? It was like 27 grand. Yeah, $27,001. Yeah, that's literally what it is. And it's a shame, because literally, I mean, the film would have been over in 2 minutes if they had stuck at the 200. if they had been into like 300, they got that in the first minute or so of the film. But it's really interesting. But they seek out this car that's worth like 40 grand, and a lot of people will probably think, no, that's a bit far-fetched. No one's going to pay 40 grand for an add-on. But I actually watched a video the other day. Seriously, some things online, if you want the complete camouflage on, I don't know if it's Battlefront. It's one of those shitty games that we don't play, like first-person shooters. If you play it, it's your own business. I'm not dissing you, but I think it is. I think we can all agree it's ridiculous when some people pay, well, anything really. I'm against paying a fiver for something. I mean, if it's like a whole brand new level, then yeah, a fiver for a whole new level, it's like an extra bit of game. But when people are paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds for a skin, it's pathetic. But I actually saw a video like most expensive mods and stuff, and most expensive DLC, sorry, and they were I think one of them was even in the hundred of thousands.
Yeah,
I swear. So 40 grand for a car in a virtual game, that was very realistic. If anything, I found that even funnier, because that's more realistic.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
that's all right. But oh god, so just a lot of people might say, "Oh, that was a bit far fetched." It really ain't, and that's not how they get the money anyway. So I will say one quick thing. Yes, the film's got a lot of, you could technically say, advertising in it, because it is the internet, so there's everything, but it doesn't feel like a cash in. It's not like Emoji Film, the Emoji Movie. I mean, I'm just jumping on the bandwagon. I haven't even seen the fucking film, but I heard enough about it to know that it's literally just a really, really, really bad advert.
Yeah.
Like, the whole film is selling a product, which is bad. This isn't. This is actually a unique way of telling a real story, and trust me, it's got a proper story. Like I said, even tugs at the heartstrings and everything, as you'd expect from a good Disney film. And those, they're obstacles, not the advertisements. They're obstacles to overcome or explore, as opposed to we're selling this secretly to the public. You know what I mean? So it's an intelligent way of doing it. Like, one of the main plots was, what's it called? It's not YouTube. There was this new video system. BuzzTube. Is that even real? I've never heard of it.
I don't know.
So, but if I tell you, if it's a real product, which it probably is now, if it weren't, it might be. I've never heard of it personally, but again, I know of it now because of the film. So that's a good advertising technique, but that's not why they made the film. And you can tell the film's got a lot of heart. That's no pun intended, seeing as the whole thing was about getting hearts.
It's made up.
It's made up, is it? Good. That's even better. The main. There we go. See, Emoji Movie. You literally advertised a real product throughout the whole fucking film. This advertised a fake product throughout the whole fucking film. Lovely. That's even better. Surrounding in real products, but the one main product that was the main focus, the main plot point, wasn't a real product. So you cannot call it shitty advertising endorsement and all that bullshit. No, seriously, I really like this film. There's nothing else really. Like I said, it's not one of those. I would say it's a no-brainer to kind of. It's like you can just sit there and enjoy it. You ain't got to go into depth. I don't feel the same with like Zootopia, whereas I like to go into detail, and I was like, oh, this is talking about prejudice. This is trying to make you think and everything. This is trying to make you think to an extent. But it's more about friendships, and I think it tackles long-distance friendships well, and how friendships can break up over stupid things, like maybe you both haven't got the same end goal. And even in some areas, it almost touched upon relationships. And it does all this, and it never feels weird or creepy or anything. you only ever see them as friends. And I think one of the bits where I like teared up a bit is when right at the end of the film where they're pretty much saying goodbye to each other, and Vanellope says to him, "I love you so much," kind of thing. It's like that genuine friendship, and it's really sad. It breaks your heart. It breaks your heart. And again, you need to watch the film. That's what you need to do. You need to watch the film. But oh dear, I mean, what else can we just? Because like I said, the plot. They tell you what's going to happen, and it happens. That's it really. And like I said, other than emotional stuff, like I mean, I'm not actually really doing it much justice. I mean, I think the film's actually got a very deep. The film does go quite deep, but it's what I've said. It's about friendships. It's about how people's opinion of each other, and choosing the wrong words here, but letting go at the right times, being able to accept certain things that are out of your control, just things like that. So it's, again, as you'd expect from a good Disney film, it does go very, very in depth, but at the same time, it's a fun family film you can just watch, and there's enough adult jokes. And I don't mean adult jokes as in naughty jokes. I just mean more mature old audiences would understand the jokes, because it's mainly about, well, that being said, I was going to say it's mainly about problems which occur all the time on the internet, but actually probably younger people would probably get them just as much these days with how much people use the internet. But you know, I mean, there's a couple of moments where an older generation would get it, much like that ending.
Yeah.
At the end of the credits, literally, you gotta watch it. I'm not even gonna tell you. You just gotta fucking see it. It's worth it. Trust me. You'll be like, fuck's sake. Literally, you'll be kicking yourself. You'll be like, fuck. But so good. Right. So just a few little details I want to quickly talk about. The Disney princess bit, I thought was amazing. I really liked it. I liked the animation style. They all had their own unique whatevers.
Yeah, so like the likes of Elsa and Anna.
Moana had the shiny shirt when they did that. Yeah. I loved that.
I think in terms of animation style, the likes of Elsa and Anna from Frozen were pretty...
They were pretty spot on.
Yeah, but the same. Whereas all the others have come from a 2D bar Merida.
Moana was very similar though.
See, I think Moana was off.
I said similar. I didn't say spot on. I said similar.
Yeah.
No, I thought she was similar enough.
I feel like her mouth was weird and her eyes were too big.
She's got pretty big eyes.
She has, but not that. There's something off about. Anyway, but like the way they transitioned the 2Ds, like like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, all those, they transitioned well to 3D animation.
Oh yeah, 100%. They look really good. It's funny you actually say Moana looked a bit off. I actually thought Moana looked alright. I'd have to look again, but I think I was more drawn to Mulan.
She was very good. She was
good, but at the same time, she looked a bit off to me. I was like, what's going on? I'm not doing anything here. I was looking, I was like, oh, there's something not right. There's something a bit, I don't know. So it's funny, because I think we've got the same kind of idea. Like you thought Moana was slightly off. I think Mulan was slightly off. But overall, they all looked really good together. And I love the whole kind of girl slumber party type thing they were going for, especially when they all relaxed. Like they all had these lounge clothes. I was half expecting them to freaking, get some pillows and start having a fight or something. But they'd never be able to do that this day and age. Oh Christ. But no, it literally did. It looked like a girl sleepover, and it was funny. And I still find it funny when they're like, enslaved or kidnapped? And it's kidnapped, and she's like, do I have to call someone? Are you guys okay? that still made me laugh, even though it was in the trailer. It's not like Men in Black 2 where the one good joke was overdone. Yeah. It's where,
in fact,
well, it came with a black dude, but he kept getting pulled over. It's like no one laughed in the cinema because
a lot of Vanellope's story is taking the pee out of Disney princess tropes.
Yeah. Oh God, that's it. Yeah, I love Vanellope. She's just such a fun character. But what I loved about this is literally because she's a princess. They were like, she's a Disney princess. But that's obviously you see at the trailer they have that moment. But oh my fucking God. I was loving they did a musical number, and it was straight out of a classic Disney film, but modernised to her style.
Yeah.
So instead of butterflies flapping around, it was like cars exploding and stuff that she loves. And oh my god, the music, it was a perfect it was a not piss take, it's a homage to classic musical numbers. There was a musical number and it was perfect. I loved it. And the fact that obviously was it Silverman, ain't it? I mean, I think she's hilarious anyway. Like, I still remember her from School of Rock. So the whole time watching the film, I'm just waiting for Vanellope to say, "Get a job!" But it cracks me up. But because obviously she's got a rough voice when she's trying to sing. She sounds all right actually, but it's still funny because like when she initially starts singing, they're all like, ha, 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 and she's like, "Sing with us," kind of thing. And she's like, "Ah, we're there." It's cracking me up. Literally, I'm not even joking. I'm so fucking happy. I've had such a shit day at work. I've had such a shit week. Literally, I was ripped off with fuel. Literally, I could have gone round the corner and paid a lot less. And oh my fucking god, it's 11:30 at night and I'm so fucking happy.
And I think it was in a TV spot, not so much a trailer, so probably not seen by as many. But when Merida does her jargon in the Scottish accent, and like,
yeah.
She's from the other studio.
I love that, exactly. It was
she is the only Pixar.
We don't understand her. She's from the other studio. It's like, because they're technically joint, but they're like... I loved that.
There's more than just that scene.
Oh, that's what I mean. See, we're having fun talking about this one scene, but there's so much more. So much more. I mean, literally, this film's got a lot of heart. I'm telling you, a lot of heart. And that's some of the plots. But obviously, as you all should know by now, I love Zootopia. There was if you've seen the trailer, there is that Nick cameo. He doesn't speak, which I was surprised. I thought, they're all friends with the actors and stuff. I'm sure they would have done a quick cameo. Speaking of which, Moana only said like 2 words. It wouldn't surprise me if it weren't the same actress. I couldn't tell because she didn't say much.
Didn't
and
read the credits
that's
either.
no. We're sitting there, but too busy talking. Our Lily, was it her? We're just going to check now, Jake. Our
adjudicator.
Our live on-screen checker of information. But it'd be disappointing if it weren't, just because again, I'm sure she would have done it. But I was pissed off because Judy weren't there. Now I saw a leaked picture where Judy's in the background talking to Rocket Raccoon. I didn't spot her. But to be fair, I weren't really looking. For once, it wasn't about Judy. I was watching this film, thought it was, for these characters, and I was really happy. I just, I was only reminded by it when I saw Nick, obviously, on screen, clear as day, getting the whole fucking limelight. I was just like, well, Judy could have been, if they were going to do a quick reference, they could have been next to him.
I knew it.
Okay.
I was going to say to you, and just typing in Ralph Breaks Being at Moana, it's come up with the scene, the mid-credit scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because she says, "So, Mo, what did you think of the film?" And I was like, that's weird. She's called her Mo, and she actually looks like the baby Moana. And it is. She is the baby Moana.
I knew she looked familiar. Do you know what I thought? This is a reference.
In the hair.
Yeah. Do you know what I thought? She's a reference to something. I know she is. And she's fucking Moana.
See, she's just off. It's not right.
Oh, you like the mouth's too small.
She's pouty. She's a bit.
Yeah, I think they made her mouth small. I think it's just to match all of them, because otherwise she'd have like a bigger mouth. Because different animation styles. Basically, they went for the Frozen animation style on all the princesses.
Yeah.
And it still looks really good, but obviously if you're a Moana expert, then obviously you're gonna notice that kind of stuff. But like when they meet Vanellope properly, and they're all having, like I said, the little girl sleepover moment, they're all like wearing lounge clothes because they see like Vanellope's hoodie, and they're like, "Oh, that looks really comfortable. That looks awesome." Because at first they're like, "Ain't you got a dress?" And she's like, "No." And they're like, "Oh wow, we want this stuff." And in the next scene, just like that, they've all got their own variants of, like easygoing lounge clothes, and they're all unique. Like one of them says like "Sleep in Butte" or something. It was her. Ah, it was her. There you go. Lovely.
And
was it? I'm guessing everyone who's recent, it would be them. Like Rapunzel, I'm guessing it was still the same person.
Ariel was the same.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. I was going to say, I don't know who's alive. I don't know who's alive and sounds the same. I don't know how old the actress is for Ariel. I know who modelled
Well, that was
the body.
That was an 80s film.
That's what I mean. I mean, I know Sherry Stoner was the body of Ariel when they were trying to draw her, but I don't know who does the voice. I can't remember. But it's like, this is Ariel. We got the original actress. Hello, dear. I didn't know if it was, but obviously not. Obviously not. But
Rapunzel was
the same. Yeah, I'm guessing they're all going to
Elsa
be.
and Anna. Snow White wasn't, but then that's from 1939. So
Oh, that'd be impressive if they could.
impressive.
That would be. Hello, dear. That's what I was saying.
Belle was the same.
Oh, really? Bloody hell.
Tiana.
They outdid themselves.
Princess Tiana was the same.
Wow. Mulan?
Mina Wen. Yep.
Yes!
Well, yeah, Ming Na Wen is.
You want it, Ming Na Wen? As soon as possible. I'm sorry. I'm cutting this bit out.
She's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She plays Agent May.
Really?
Yeah, she's like.
When did Mulan get released then?
Mulan was the 90s.
Yeah, I know, because I grew up with it, but I just like.
It was the part of the Renaissance.
So how old is she then? About 30? Probably.
No, she's in her 40s, probably 50s, but she's like quite physically fit.
So good for her age then.
Yeah, very good for her age. But,
You might cast her in the live
So-
action.
the only ones that weren't were Snow White and Sleeping Beauty.
Because they're way too old.
Way too old.
Dead or dying, in the nicest respect. But literally, there was just so much. Oh, it's one of those films you'll have to watch back. I bet you somewhere creeping in the background are a bit, not safe for work sites.
Well, they did go to the dark web.
Yeah, lurk in the background might be Rule 34 or something, hiding around the corner. I don't know. I mean, it's pop culture.
There might be a little orange hub
That's
logo
it.
poking around a corner.
Like an onion's on the floor. Oh, it's Tor. It's Tor, the dark web. It's, I'm surprised I didn't go into an onion, to be fair, to go down there. But I love the whole way they entered the internet and left.
2 bites out and an apple,
That's it, 2 bites out. See, this is what I mean. Before, when I said it's you can't really go into too much depth with it, I was just trying to convince myself I didn't have to talk too much about it. But because I knew that I'd end up like I have. It's 20 odd minutes and I've barely scratched the surface. It's one of those films. It's very deep, and I'm not just talking about the web. I really liked it. I can't end it. I definitely got to watch it again.
Yeah.
What was the Easter egg you saw? Something was crumbling. Dial tones or?
Oh, when he goes down into the very bottom of the internet, so like the forgotten part.
Yeah.
There's a derelict building that says dial up on it.
Yeah, because it's not around anymore. Yeah.
That's like the things that I've got forgotten.
I like that.
So there's probably more Easter eggs in there.
Oh
Websites
god,
that are
yeah.
no more-
I did actually I had to stop looking in the background because I wanted to focus on the characters. But for a couple of times, I was like looking around, going, "What websites can I see?" Twitter was, as you'd expect, a load of birds, but that was quite funny.
One thing that never got mentioned was Facebook.
That's fine by me. But
It's fine by me, but like I'm surprised with how many brands were in there
that is true. I think it's probably because in the last couple of years, I might be wrong, but in the last couple of years, I know Facebook's been under a lot of scrutiny for leaking data.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't want to advertise it, or maybe they just didn't have the rights and maybe didn't ask them.
Maybe.
Then again, Twitter's like a massive rival, so maybe they
I
did
think
Twitter
the only
instead
thing they
of.
advertised as such was the fact that Disney owns a lot now.
Yeah,
There's that
yeah,
shot
that's
of
true.
they walk into Oh My Disney and it spins round and it's got the 4 things that they own. So it's obviously Disney, Pixar, Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah. There was a let's talk to ask Groot anything,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I am Groot for everything."
Thank you.
Then Vanellope's like, yeah, there was a good thing with the pop ads. I really liked that.
That
It was
was
like,
good.
they were actually like people on the street, where they try to have a hello, sir, you got a moment? But they've actually got pop ads. Pop ads. And then one of them was the ad block. He was like, back away.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take you to the website, miss. It's like, oh, thank you. It's like, oh, he doesn't have to be so mean. I kind of feel bad now for having my ad blocker on, because I'm just like, that's what happened in the internet. Someone's been pushed and shoved by this big guy. I'm the ad blocker. But then, like, Vanellope does the ad block for a little while. Like, she joins in, and that's what gets her into the Disney bit. But just like, yeah, he's Groot, I'm Vanellope, now click this link. And I like the whole Ralph breaks the thing.
I mean,
The internet.
nice to see, but obviously sad because it's recent. Stan Lee cameo.
Yep, Stan Lee cameo, in the Disney bit. He was
He was sort of one of
cartoony, wasn't
the way they animated the person surfing the internet.
That's it.
They animated him like that.
Every time someone was surfing the internet, which sometimes did cut back to people on their computer.
They almost like a Funko Pop because they had a big head and a small body.
That's it. Thank you. That's what I couldn't think. I was like, again, I've seen you before.
They weren't Funko Pops, but they looked like...
Yeah, it looked like a Funko Pop in the sense that's a big squarish head, little body, blank expression or just the eyes and the simple smile.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because someone would be like cut back to this guy in the office and he's watching this video on Ralph, because Ralph he plagues the internet, so it does live up to its title. And he's watching it, he's just like, starts smiling. He's like, "Hey man, I want to send you something." And as he does, we see the digital version of him again, just the 70s, just like smiling along, watching the video, and it's great because it literally shows you what you are on the internet, which is just this little internet version of yourself. And that's what Stan Lee was one of. So he was surfing.
I think the only thing that made me go a bit, what? Why they animate it that way? Was giant Ralph made of lots of little Ralphs looked a bit human centipede. It did look like he was munching his bumhole.
Yeah, When it
was really off.
I want to say one thing. Really quick. I thought the animation, again, as you'd expect, anything post Zootopia has to be great, especially in terms of hair and stuff, because they invented a whole new thing for it. As I said in my video, animation was top notch. I thought it was great. I really liked it. The facial expressions were very good. Like I said, half of my tear jerking came from seeing certain facial expressions mainly from obviously Vanellope, but like she'd do certain things, and it's just a whole lot of charm there. I really liked it. And even Ralph, when he's crying, he's trying not to. It's kind of like, but this is earlier in the film, and he's kind of like, you see the snot coming out. I was like, oh man, but it's not exaggerated. It's not done for that humour. It's more reality, but it is funny. He's like, he's such an oaf. You can't help but love him. And obviously John C. Reilly is great in the role. They all are. That's what I mean. Great cast. I liked how Gal Gadot, or is that how you say her name? I forget. Gal Gadot. I can't say her name. I like her, but I can't say her name. Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gadot.
Yeah. I thought it was Gal Gadot, but she says Gal Gadot.
Wonder Woman. I like how she's basically her Fast and Furious counterpart. But in an animation, she looks the same. She is who she is in real I was going to say real life. In the Fast and Furious films, it's an animated version of her in this. But what's the name? Shad or something? What's it? Sham or it's
Shank.
Like Shank. It's when she does this reverse maneuver. Shank.
Yes.
It's like it's like this little theme song. Shank. It's like made me laugh. What else is there? What was we talking about? Was just before I mentioned that was that's it, animation. That's it, because you said about how it was weirdly animated. Yeah, so overall the animation was great. However, right at the end, where it's a long story, but basically Ralph gets cloned by a virus because he's unstable, because he's attachment to Vanellope. And it's really cool. It's kind of creepy as well, because it's like, fucking hell, they're all after her. And she's like, help. And yeah, he's like, friend, and she's like, Ralph, you kind of creep me out. It's not him. It's like billions of Ralphs that aren't him.
And then they make something that looks like Sandman in Spider-Man 3.
I thought that. Thank you. See, although he's getting the King Kong reference, the first thing I thought of was Sandman, especially when he's going.
And the eyes being just blank.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the whole Sandman, I was like half expecting little help. I'm a little busy at the moment. I was expecting that. Which, you know what, if that was the current lineup of films, it would probably have
be in
100%. But no, there was this King Kong bit where he like takes Vanellope, like, well, I say they all form this big, but like we said about Sandman. Think Sandman when he turns in that massive Hulk thing, or King Kong thing in the third film of the Raimi series. But think that every grain of sand is a Ralph clone. They all kind of hold on to each other. Yeah. And it looks good for the most part, but this is what I was about to say with the animation. When it's focusing on Ralph talking, or Vanellope, and
you can see that
she's in the hand of Ralph's, you can kind of see they're just kind of doing this to each other. You said it best, it looks like they're eating each other. It looks like they're just going...
But because it's
they're kind of wiggling, it's...
like, if this is his head end, and then he's like this, and they're doing that on each other, it's like, why are you eating your bum?
Yeah, they're like... Yeah, because they're like leaning into each other. It
was Human Centipede.
It was...
It's a bit weird. I mean, from a distance, it was just blur.
It should have been
close up. It was a bit weird.
It's because they were leaning in. They should have been. They should have linked at arms and probably leant out, so they're all looking.
Like the first thing it reminded me of was that skin cream advert. With the
oh yeah, where they all get up and like, oh,
Yeah.
and they make a hand, and it's like your skin can't handle it. It's like, oh,
yeah,
your skin wants to be free. Ah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I
That's
got
what
that.
it looked
You said
like.
that in the cinema, and I started
But
laughing. I was
then
like, yes.
They did the close-up shots, and I was like, oh no.
That's
But
the
other
thing.
than that, I think the rest of it looked really good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like even like to the extent where it was like steps in the in the locations. If it was a couple of steps up, the edge of the steps was like the end when you look at the end of like a Ethernet wire, and it's got like the little metal.
yeah.
It was
okay.
like it had like little textures like that over the ledges and stuff like that. So it was very technical looking.
Nice.
I liked that.
Yeah, I think they did something very similar with the in the first one with I call it the terminal where they're all where the plug gets plugged in. The seats are like the motherboard and stuff. I know that was from the first one, but again, they're really good at using those little bits, and they were having you can tell they're having so much fun with this film. And
if I could say that there was one shot that ended up being two shots that I didn't like,
okay,
it was the very first and the very last.
Okay.
Because it could have just been a bit of a faster zoom and carried on, but instead it kept going and fade closer and fade closer.
Oh, what, into the shop? Yeah, it was very...
And then it faded out and out, and I was like, no, let's just make it smooth.
It was very... Yeah, it was very...
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It started as the shop,
yeah,
and it's zooming in on the shop, and he's narrating. You think, okay, we're going to go in, we're going to go through the glass, we're going to go through into the hub, through the plug socket and in. But instead, it just kept like cutting out half of it each time.
Yeah, which a live action you could probably appreciate, but because otherwise, because you don't want it to look like frickin' Fight Club again. I'm not shitting on the film, but I hate the shot where it turns CGI, goes into the bin bag and goes into the car. I don't like the shot. For an animation, there's no excuse. That will look smooth as you like. Exactly. You know, so yeah, I know what you mean. I do agree. Obviously, it was a visual aesthetic. And what was the last shot? It
was the same thing, but in reverse.
Oh God, was it? I forgot. I was so busy thinking of the last two credit sequences.
The film faded from black into the shot of the outside of the arcade and zoomed in, and essentially it did a massive zoom in to the plug socket and into the hub,
but kept overlapping to save time.
Yeah. And at the end, it did exactly the same thing. Obviously, the Wi-Fi plug's now in place of the hole.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And it just kept going back and back and back, and then it ended on the shot of the arcade again, and then cut to the credits. And I was like,
you're right.
It just needed to be smooth.
Well, in terms of things we didn't like, which with me it's very slim, which is something I'm not. First thing would be, this doesn't even really count. It's just a pet peeve. There was a very good cameo for Nick. Judy could just be standing next to him. That's all I'm saying. None of them spoke. I like I said, the leaked picture, which I quickly looked at, I was like, oh, no, spoilers. I need to look again, but apparently she's talking to Rocket Raccoon in the background somewhere. I don't know, but all I'm saying is it's one of those blink and you miss it. Calling that a cameo is like saying, well, yeah, I mean, he's a cameo, but what I mean is, everyone got a cameo then. Every Disney character's probably in there somewhere. I saw fucking Dumbo.
Judy got an Easter egg.
Thank you. That's there we go. The man has just said it. That's exactly what it is. Judy's an Easter egg somewhere if you can spot her with magnifying glass, which I will be doing when I get the Blu-ray, and I'll do a proper review, definitely. But Nick was obviously, even in the trailer, you see him. He's just there, fully fleshed, fully whatevered, and I'm just like, okay.
Eating his porsicle.
Yep, yep, pretty much. And they could have just been walking out together. It would have been a good opportunity, actually, to see Nick and Judy together. Maybe Nick in his police uniform, especially as we don't know if we ever get the second one. Yeah, they could have walked past. I actually thought, because from the trailer, I knew that Vanellope caused havoc. She didn't actually cause as much as I thought she would. I thought there'd be like this major hunt to get her. She's a glitch in the system. It wasn't the plot. I guess that was more the plot for the last one, so fair enough. But there was a quick run-in with stormtroopers that didn't last long enough, in my opinion. I mean, probably for the best, because obviously we're progressing the plot, but it would have been cool to have a longer chase scene, and I think it would have been cool to have different law enforcement from the different shows, and that's where you could have had a good cameo from Nick and Judy. You could even had Judy just quickly shout, "Stop in the name of the law." They've already got it. I've got a pen that says it. They ain't got to re-record it. Anything. It could have been, and that could have just been a throwaway. It's like I'm being chased by weird guys in costumes and a bunny or something. She could have said anything. I actually thought it would be a good opportunity if it weren't a mid-credit sequence to have the pancake bit. It would have been quite funny if that had happened quite early on, and then they bumped into Nick and Judy, and he'd be like, "Oh, hey, little bunny." She's like, "Don't stay away from the pancakes," or something, But again, that's just a pet peeve. It's something that I'd do just because I really like Zootopia. But ignoring that, it's not important for this film. I'd say I've only got one real problem. And I've just forgotten what it was. What was it? No, it was a big problem that really pissed me off, and it's going to piss me off even more because I've forgotten it. Oh dear. What was it? Oh my fucking god! This is what I hate. This is what I fucking hate. Come on, think. See, the film was that good. I can't remember the one problem I had with it. Fuck. Right. What was it? Oh, come on. It was one of those things that need to be said. What was your problems again? Your problem was a pan shot. That's it, thank you. Right, so your problem was the pan out of the arcade. The arcade's reminding me. My problem with the film, again, it probably weren't important, but it was very un-Disney to have it. Okay? Right at the end, I actually thought the end credit sequence, although the end credit sequence is brilliant, I wouldn't change it for anything. I actually thought it was going to be when the guy got the thing show up.
Yeah.
There was no resolve with. It's like they did all that. They spent 27 fucking grand.
Yeah.
And I wanted to at least see the guy's reaction. They could have cut back to when there was a bidding war. It was quite funny, but it would have been even funny if you actually saw the guy at their desk going, "Fuck," as if to say, "Bloody hell!" Yeah. It was gone from 300 to 27 grand. And then when it's like, it could have been like a moment where he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to get paid." It's because people do it all the time, don't they? They outbid and then they don't pay it. And it would have been quite funny to see it could have even been a kid or something. That could have just been like, "Oh, never mind." And then all of a sudden, payment received. It's like, shit. That would have been quite funny. But we didn't see that again. Maybe not necessarily. But what was necessary is, come on, they just spent 27 grand and $1 on this steering wheel. They show it reattached. They never show it show up. They never show the guy receive it. He's just like, "Oh, cheers." But he doesn't even say that. We don't see him again. No. So I'm just like, there's no resolve of that. Maybe it's not important. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. But I did feel like they did all that and not once. It was perfect example, okay? Pixar, Toy Story 2. The toys are just there, a bit random. And then you just got that wide shot of all the parents going, "What the fuck's this cart doing here?" With all the luggage, luggage cart. Yeah. It's never resolved after that, but you get that initial shot of people going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
There was none of that for this. There could have been just a quick shot of him open the box going, "Huh?" And then he opens it, he's just like, "Okay." And then he could reattach it. I think kids maybe should line up again. And that would have been that would probably been a better ending. Because Ralph gives a speech, and rather than give a speech in an empty arcade, because the sun's just about to rise for a new day, it could have been a packed day saying the arcade's still busy, although Vanellope's missed, the game is still doing very well. Do you see what I mean? Anything, but we don't get that. So pet peeves, but again, it's that's me. I look too far into things, but no, I'm not going to take it away from the film. Like I said, that's just, I had to remember what the problem was. But other than that, no, I was really, like I said, I feel so good about this film. Really, I had so much fun with that film. So much fun. And like I said, if they want to do another one, there's so much they can do now because the internet's open. I thought the ending was bittersweet. It was upsetting, but I think again they were going for that whole long distance relationship / friendship reality, which is very much a reality in this day and age. Some people never even meet their friends if they meet them online. Sometimes they never get together, maybe once a year. So it is one of those things where I think they're trying to touch upon that, which is a smart thing to do in this day and age. We've got plenty of even Disney films about friendships and stuff, but this was one that there was moments that even hit home for me, really. Like there's some things about Ralph that he kind of did, and his eyes were opened up at the end. I looked down a minute for a moment and was thinking, I think part of me sometimes like that. So it actually opened my eyes a bit to think, all right, maybe I'm sometimes too overbearing. Maybe sometimes I'm too you know what I mean, clingy to things. So yeah, he's lurking in the background going, yep. He wanted to go home an hour ago. I've kept him in. So yeah, it's one of those things. Sometimes you've got to learn to let go and accept things, and I think it's good. It's a good way of showing it, but again, it doesn't have to be the end.
No.
It's just a matter of compromises have to be made, and if you don't see each other for a long time, it doesn't have to be the end of the friendship. It's just life.
Exactly.
And I think it's got some good morals in this film. So again, I take back my previous statement. It is a very, very deep, dark web film. It's a very good film. I really had a lot of fun with it. Just to wrap up now, because I'm just going to keep repeating myself like I have for 40 minutes saying how much I like the film. There is so much to talk about, and we haven't spoke about it. But again, I'll save it for another time. But just to wrap up, I'll let you have the floor for a sec. Normally I would have asked you this earlier, but you have been giving input. What did you think? 40 minutes later, what did you think?
I thought it was really good. Like I said, I think it's better than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It would appeal to both audiences in terms of age and gender.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's not necessarily. I feel like the first one was more aimed at boys. I think I think in terms of Disney as a company, they'd had Tangled,
Frozen.
Yeah. You know, they tried with Big Hero 6, which I quite enjoyed, but I know a lot of it. I know it didn't really kick off, and it's getting a TV series. And I think that means that it's never going to get a sequel. Which is a shame.
It is a shame, but I think that because it's a superhero film, it might work as a series.
They tried it as a thing to aim at boys, because they've done princesses quite a bit.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And then this came along and sort of managed to do better.
Yeah.
And then obviously this is...
I mean, it's interesting actually, because it's like after Big Hero 6, obviously they did Zootopia. Did they fall back on a more girl thing or what? I mean, I don't know. That's a mystery. I don't know what their target audience is there. I mean, they had me hooked, so...
I'd say that was pretty neutral.
Pretty neutral, yeah. I mean, the two main characters were one of each, weren't it? And it was a crime caper, so yeah, that was pretty neutral. But...
Yeah,
so
no,
you reckon Wreck-It Ralph was their answer, really, too? Yeah, because let's face it, they kept Vanellope as a main character, but she was a side character to Ralph, especially in this one.
Yeah.
Although she had a main part, I think you're right. I think these ones are more... Again, I'd say they're neutral, obviously, because Vanellope's a big part. She had a major part in this, especially as with her song and everything. And obviously she's a female character. I mean, not that you have to be female to root for the female and blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I prefer her to Ralph, but I like them both. And but yeah, like you said, they'll probably just that demographic, because obviously Ralph is the guy, but she's obviously keeping that. She's almost keeping... So she's keeping the princess thing alive, kind of thing. Especially as I like they kind of had a dig at that, because I know Moana isn't officially, even though she fucking is. And I like the fact they just put her in there, saying she fucking is. She's in the house of princesses. She's a fucking princess. It's done. Move on. You know.
I think interestingly, she wouldn't have fitted in, but officially, Leia is now a Disney princess, and she wasn't
officially,
in it. But it wasn't that sort of princess.
No,
she's a Disney princess by the fact that Disney owned the brand, as opposed to a Disney creation.
Yeah, because all them, even if it is the other studio, they're still partners,
and they're a Disney creation, whereas Star Wars wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you could say about everything they own, which will be the whole world soon. But I'm fine with that. I like Disney, but
I think if I was to rate it, probably a 4.
What, out of 5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm thinking 8, 9, whatever's the equivalent to what he said. Yeah, so we agree again. We agreed on the last one we did, actually, which was Fallen Kingdom. So it's taken us so long to get over that. That's why it's taken us so long to be back. Well, there has been some good films. We liked Bohemian Rhapsody and stuff, but
Yeah,
we
I
just
really
didn't get to record it. Oh God, Halloween and Venom were hilarious, but that's another thing for another day. Again, phone I weren't able to record, but yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Definitely a 4 out of 5. I mean, actually, I don't know how I feel right now. I'd probably give it.
Perfect.
No film is, but no film's perfect. So technically, by default, no film would ever get 5. I know Jurassic Park
Isn't a perfect film.
isn't by.
But
Well,
it's a 5-star film for you.
it isn't technically perfect, but I can't see a problem with it.
Yeah.
I love the film so much. It is a 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5.
But I feel like
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
this to me didn't get me like Moana got me.
oh, I
That's
see what you mean.
how
Right? Yeah. I guess you can't have everything on the same level. Okay.
So, did I enjoy Moana more than this? Yeah. Did I enjoy this more than Frozen? Hell yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Oh God, yeah.
So that's how I'd
fucking
rate
hell
it.
yeah.
So to me, Moana is a 5. Like
I'd agree,
Zootopia
yeah.
is a 5 for you,
That yeah.
but this isn't quite there, so it's a 4.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, okay. I need to watch it again. How I feel right now, I really like the film, but I'd agree. Yeah, I'd probably say, right now, I can give half a star. That counts because if I hate a film so much, I either give it no stars or I start with half a star. So I'd probably give it a 4, pushing 4.5. It ain't perfect. I did prefer Moana in terms of just in general. Like, I know Moana wasn't again the best film in the world, but it was pretty freaking good. The songs got you going, and again, the story was pretty good. A lot of people have flaws in the story, but they actually have flaws in their own opinion of the story, because when you actually listen to their opinion, they're like, I'm like, no, you're wrong because this happened, and they're just like, huh? And I'm just like, exactly, watch it again. No, obviously it's all just our own opinions, but yeah, I'd say a very, very, very strong 4, maybe 4.5 for me. Out of 5. I think it's best to just stick with out of 5, because when it gets out of 10, it's just like, it's too easy to give it a 7, which sounds good, but then you're like, but a 7 would only be like a 3 out of 5, which doesn't sound that good. So I hate out of 10s. So best out of 5, right? So I'd give it about a solid 4, maybe 4.5. I need to watch it again, and that would be my final verdict after that. This is my first genuine thoughts. So, anything else? No, you're happy? We're hungry. It's 12 o'clock at night, or in the morning rather. So thank you for watching. If you have, if you haven't, then fine, fuck you too. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded a video, but I've been moving house and everything's been absolute chaos. As always, I plan to do a hell of a lot more in the future. Definitely next year. I'm also in a band where we've been doing our first album, so yeah, it's been very, very busy this year. Very hectic. Work sucks backside, as you'd expect. And like I said, we've watched plenty of films, but just haven't really been able to genuinely. My phone's been dead the last couple of times, so I haven't been able to record our first thoughts. And with Venom and stuff, it's kind of like I have the rant initially, but then after that, I don't really want to talk about it. So I didn't like the film. Spoilers. Whereas with this, it's good to have first thoughts, but this is something I definitely want to retouch upon. One day, retouch upon something. I want to watch it again. All right, I want to go. It's late. I'm hungry. I'm saying stuff. So, hoppers, thank you for watching. Take care, and I shall see you soon. Hopefully. Goodbye. And goodbye from Jake. And goodbye from everyone. And goodbye from that. And that's done. So, awesome.
The camera will fall.
You said the camera will fall last time. This time it won't fall. This time it's... You arsehole. You did that deliberately. You did that deliberately.